Ladies and gentlemen,
let's rock.
This is FanStream Sports.
Can I please have your attention? And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
The following program is recommended for mature individuals and may contain material unsuitable for morons, cretins, and dishwipes. If you are a moron, please turn off your radio, because we don't need any more stupid, narrow-minded, pencil-neck geeks who wouldn't know the First Amendment if it came up and bit them on the butt. Thank you.
Yes! Here we go!
I guess I want to take this opportunity to tell you a little bit about my pants.
Oh, yeah. Welcome into the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim Show. I am Colby Sapp, and you can reach us through the text line 214-937-0569. That's right. He is one IndyCar Tim Ham. What's up, Tim?
Happy birthday, Colby. You just realized you're 47, so it's kind of a birthday for you.
Yeah, you know, because I've been thinking I've been 46 this whole time until I realized I had a birthday in February.
Oops.
Good thing people don't ask me my age much, so I haven't been wrong a lot.
Yeah, it's not the first question chicks ask, is it?
But I've been wrong enough to be wrong, so.
It's the first question hot single girls ask you when you see them.
Are you married? No, it's usually, so, what are you doing here? Because it's normally at work, they don't ask anything at the gym because everybody's there just focused on whatever the hell they're doing.
They always ask me if my carpet matches my drapes.
Gray?
I don't know what they mean. I get that a lot. And then I get, how big's your thing?
Okay.
I just
That's
reply.
like straight first question. I mean, I guess, you're getting older in this dating game. The first question is this is what interests me.
Cut to the chase.
Let's find out real quick.
And then one time I got, do you put out on the first date?
Asked you that.
Yeah. And then I said, of course. And then she said, can we just skip to the second date?
Because the second date you didn't put out?
Again, I don't know what, she was like 25 years old. I don't know what she
we
meant.
just skip to the second date where we get to meet each other?
I guess, like when we start caring about each other.
Huh.
Like to me, the second date's marriage, right? Like, isn't that what you do on the second date?
I mean, that's what you do.
I haven't in a while.
So
I know a lot about relationships.
yeah, because you've been in a bunch, not because they've been successful.
Experience makes perfect.
Does it?
Or practice or something.
So we had a lot of things going on last week, including almost a personal meltdown that I'm not getting back into.
Nope.
And DMV talk from Tim that caused us to now be here today. Yeah. It's a perfect day for those that are. My mom knows I do a podcast. She's calling me now.
We went through that a couple weeks ago.
We did. So
Love your mom.
today is perfect because we've had a Star Wars thing happen, Tim.
Did.
As The Acolyte had its first two episodes where you could watch today the first two episodes of The Acolyte. And I've seen them. Tim has not. Don't worry if you haven't seen them. I'm going to explain it in a spoiler-free way. My thoughts on The Acolyte. Just real quick off the top. Because I have so much in Mystery Shotgun that I can't get to it. By the way, Mystery Shotgun, a lot of Venom and Spider-Man news coming your way, so hold on to your butts for that. But right now, the word around the web has been that The Acolyte was going to be woke AF.
No, I haven't heard that.
That's the word around the internet. And let me tell you, if the tropes that make people call things woke, where there's like all-female empowerment, blah, 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 diversity.
Right.
Basically, from what I gather, if there's not a white person or a white dude in the cast, then everybody's just losing their minds, which, okay, I get Star Wars is mostly dudes that really love Star Wars. There are chicks out there that love Star Wars. Sorry, we said my age at the beginning. I still call them chicks.
I don't think that's derogatory, is it?
No, I don't think it is, but
I still call them chicks.
Well, I mean, following what you do is not exactly what you would say.
Can we still say broads?
I mean, sure, Tim.
Did you ever say broads?
Yeah, when I was like talking like an old gangster.
Dingy broads.
That's the bee's knees over there. Come here, broad. Come here.
Go find us
Yeah,
some
see?
broads. Yes, hey.
But it is woke. And I know that's going to make a lot of people mad. Me being a nerd, by the way, and growing up as a nerd, most of our sci-fi, fantasy, comic book, there's been diversity all the way through it. It's been woke. There's been female heroes. There's been all of this that is, I'm used to it. And, I don't care. I'm not going to politically align myself because a show is doing this. I just want to be entertained.
Right.
And I'll tell you that out of the episodes that I watched, which I know will make a lot of people upset that love to be anti-woke, and that's their thing.
Sure.
You're going to be upset at it. But I just wanted to be entertained. And there's some things in it that are very entertaining. I say very. They're entertaining. It's brooding. It's slow. And
We don't like that, do we?
no, there is some action scenes in there where I go, and this is coming from Colby Sapp, who turns his brain off when he watches these things, and my brain goes, that doesn't make sense. I still watched it, and after Tim watches it, and I give you guys a chance to watch it, those that want to, I'll get into the things that I thought didn't make sense. But there's a lot of there's side characters that I am intrigued by.
Okay.
I'm really intrigued by. The main character, we'll find out, because it's they're uncovering their story slow in bits at a time.
Right.
Right? It's like telling the backstory as the story evolves. So it's going to grow as these characters grow in the story. So that's the way it's set up. There was thing at the end of episode 2 that I go, well, that's something that I thought I would never see in a live action plot.
So how often
Ever.
do these episodes come out? Like when's episode 3? Because like a week.
I think it's Wednesdays. It's its release date.
All right.
So, and the internet's on fire. Like your average Star Wars fanatic is not average. You're super, this is everything that I love, or is
Like your diehards are probably gonna have a problem with this.
they're going to have problems. They're going to have some problems. I will tell you that Force Fu is alive and well.
Force Fu.
Fighting with the Force without
Oh, okay.
just basically
Force Fu.
yeah.
Is that a real term, or did you just make that up?
I think I just made that up while
Everybody was Force Fu fighting.
when I was watching it. I was like, wow, it's the Force Fu.
And then you wonder, like, more that didn't happen more like in the original trilogy, right?
I mean, just to add in the whole martial arts aspect, that'd
Yeah,
been cool.
yeah.
I mean, if you know martial arts and also are one with the Force, right? Why wouldn't you
Yeah.
spinning crane kick somebody in the face from like across the room? That would be amazing. Force push with your foot.
Force Fu.
Force Fu. So that's in there. A couple of the side characters I'm really intrigued by. Some of them I kind of hope they're not on for very long, just because just in meeting them, I was like, I already don't like this person, and I don't know how you're going to make me like this person.
Oh no. Now Andor was kind of like that for me.
Andor was the moment I started it, I was like, whew, wow,
See, the first
this is going to be
2
good.
or 3 episodes for me, I was not out, but I was like, okay, this needs to take me somewhere quickly.
Okay, then you may not make it through like the first episode.
I mean, I'll watch it, and I might just lose interest, right?
Because I caught myself looking down at my phone to see if maybe I could spend a few more blocks on this little game that I had on my phone a couple of times. I was like, wait, I'm watching something. Yeah, okay, yeah. So I had that, but it's slow. It's hopefully building somewhere. It does have a little bit of feel of, as was pointed out on one of the Facebook comments that I had when I posted about it. like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon
Right.
type feel to it. So it is some of that there. I'm forewarning you that if you have the idea in your head that you're not going to like this walking into it, you're not going to like this.
See, I'm going into this with a very open mind because I'm very excited about the prospect of what this is.
Right.
The time period that it's set in, we've never had anything live action set this far back
Right.
in the timeline. Just the premise of what I've seen in the trailers, it just barks like me. Like I can't wait to watch. And I didn't know it was out today, or I would have watched both episodes. I've been waiting.
So,
I'm pumped for it.
Well, if you're pumped for it, then just know it has more of old school hockey feel to it,
Okay.
where you're waiting. Oh, wait. Oh, no, that was a goal.
Never knew it.
That was cool.
That's before they had the 3-point line in hockey.
Right. Which the Stars may have needed, but we'll get into that.
The old Ken Hitchcock dump and chase.
I don't know if we're going to get into a lot of Stars. We have a lot of Mavs to talk about today.
Well, we're just going to bury the Stars. We're not going to spend time.
Good.
There is a notable possible retirement, though, we're going to talk about.
Good, Bad, and Ugly will have your birthdays, your famous people birthdays. Again, Mystery Shotgun coming up at the top of the hour. And then Tim decided to double down with our comic book talk as we're going to get into the top 23. Oh, hey, since we're talking about woke things, female Marvel characters. And I'll tell you how much they're wrong and how much they're right.
Well, but these are also, there's a very specific ranking. They're ranked based solely on comic book greatness.
Comic book greatness. So not like their power or
Nope.
anything. It's just how, okay.
Yep.
Got you.
Which
And
I thought would be fun.
Then we finish it off with news and notes. But before we get to all of that, it's now time for me to take the ball and pass it to Tim and ask him, hey, Tim,
Hey, Colby.
what day is it today, bud?
Well, thank you for asking what day it is as we try to find our music here. So, Colby, we haven't done what day is it in a long time.
No, this is correct.
It's like we haven't done a show in months. When in
About-
reality, it's been like a week, right?
It's been about a week, yeah.
But I'm already tired. I'm tired of what day is it.
Okay, so what are we doing? What month is it?
Because, no, we have to go through this. But the first first 3 days, topics here, I'm out. I'm out on all of it.
I guess rattle them off quickly and make sure I'm not out on it.
Colby, happy National Global, which is confusing, National and Global Running Day.
What day?
Running. I'm not running anywhere. I haven't ran in, I can't tell you, since I was in my 40s.
Running. I mean, it's all right.
I used to run all the time. When I was in my 20s, I would jog for health and just to feel good when I was skinny, you know. Now I got 3 more me's, I feel like, inside my body from when I was in my mid-20s. And I don't feel like I look good when I run now, so I just don't. Plus, I don't have knees.
I mean, if you've got to get somewhere fast and all you have is your feet,
I'm in trouble.
running is about the only way you can do that. As far as like getting outside, I'll go for a walk.
Yeah.
Sometimes a fast walk,
A brisk walk.
but it's not going to be where I look like the old mall walkers where elbows and knees are moving, but I'm not going anywhere.
When they were
real
doing
fast.
this, as they walk past you, they're
Right.
making this little motion.
I'm not doing that, but I'll go take in a good walk. That's about what I get as far as
Yeah, me too.
I'll get after an elliptical on you, but I don't even really like treadmills. I hate them. In fact,
No, I don't
I'll
like
do the elliptical and I'll fire that up and I'll go real good on that for 45 minutes. But no,
So the elliptical, that's like the stair thing, right? That moves you in this way. Your feet kind of do this.
yeah, it's almost like skiing where
Okay.
your feet are moving back
Gotcha,
and forth and your
gotcha.
hands are I'll fire up that.
Yeah, I'm out
thing.
on that. I just like ride the stationary bike.
Low impact. My knees aren't great, Tim.
Yeah, me neither.
Used to pro wrestle.
Colby, it is, and I'm out. Hot air balloon day.
Ever been in a hot air balloon, Tim?
Well, the answer is no, and I never will. Because I see, for the same reason I won't go on a cruise. I see too many bad things happen on cruises and on every video I see of a hot air balloon. It seems to be something bad happening.
Because that's the only time people are going to videotape a hot air balloon, Tim, and want you to see it.
That's all I need. I don't need any more.
It's the same thing with cruises. Cruises happen every day that nothing bad happens on them. As soon as something does.
I'll never know. Seen Titanic too many times. I know those icebergs in the Bahamas are few and far between, but I'm gonna hit one.
Dumb.
Another one I'm out on, Colby. I know this is supposed to be a very just cause and something we're supposed to be conscientious about,
Okay.
but I feel it's been politicized to the point that it no longer matters, no matter how we feel about it or what we do.
Politics.
It's World Environment Day. You know what, Colby? Screw the environment. I'm out. I
Like,
don't care anymore.
so you
Hope all
don't
the-
recycle or anything like that?
I
Or
hope all the trees die too.
what? We kind of need those.
I mean, I like trees. I'm not going to pay money to save them, though. I'm not going to go plant one.
Randomly marked that for some time, though, by the way. Just you to come in during an interview and just be like, I like trees.
I like trees. My weird bragging montage. Colby, that's something I am down on, but just not where this is referencing. Happy Constitution Day for the country of Denmark.
All right, good. I mean, I'm glad Denmark has a constitution.
Why are we celebrating that here?
Is it World National?
It just says National Constitution Day.
For
Let's take a trip down memory lane in the constitutional history of Denmark.
okay.
Not.
Well, I mean, for Denmark, it's a good day, right?
You ever been to Denmark? I don't even know where Denmark is. Don't they speak German there?
I couldn't even mark it on a map.
I couldn't Denmark it anywhere. And I'm good with maps. It's another weird brag. I like trees and I'm good with maps. I'm going to put that on all my dating sites.
There you go.
I like trees and I'm good with maps.
Underneath the Tim face, it's
Yes.
just going to say that. I wonder if your rate of hits would go up.
With just those, that's all it is. It's
That's
just those two
That's
things.
just it.
Dude, I swear to God, I'm doing it. I'll let you know next week how it works out.
All right, good.
So I can break my record again. Colby,
For those of you that were a part of Tim's record, congratulations.
you know who you are. All right, Colby. So here's another one. I got to take a deep breath before I say it because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 words.
Oh, dear, sweet. Okay.
You ready for this one?
Mm-hmm.
Colby, happy International Day for the fight against illegal, unreported, and irregulated fishing.
Man, shut up. Man, no, stop. Now I understand if it's a guy out there in a fish hauler and he's trying to, illegally take all the fish out of this one local bay by himself, then yeah, stop that guy.
I watched Whale Wars.
That's bad. But if you're just out there, with your kid and you've just got his crappy little rod
His
and reel,
Superman fishing rod.
yeah, and you're out there with him just with the bobber and stuff, just go. Don't bother that person. Don't worry about them. Them 3 fish they yank out of that pond ain't gonna hurt nobody. Stop it.
International Day for the fight against illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing.
Still irritates me that you got to go find somebody or go on the internet or something and get a fishing license.
I have 2 questions.
What?
Who nominated that to be a day? And who the hell approved it?
Well, the person that's upset that the guys are out there illegally fishing, that's the guy that made that a day. I mean, it's probably a big deal, and I understand for fishing and whatever wars and whatever Tim said, whale fights or whatever you used to watch on
Whale Wars. You
internet.
never watched Whale Wars?
No.
Oh, dude, that was a great show. That was such a great show, man.
Can't convince me that it was, because I ain't doing it.
Oh, it was so great.
I'm not watching your reality TV, sir.
I don't know that it was well, I guess it probably was constituted that, but no, it was great, man. I loved Whale Wars.
Now,
they
if
had
it
a
was
Smashing
acted-
Pumpkin song as their theme song.
If it was acted out and they had multiple camera angles and all of that stuff, and it didn't cut to a guy in his room going, well, I thought here when I said this, and then goes back to it, then I'm all right. I'm
I
cool.
think they had people legit die on that show though. Like you're always into real life death.
I mean, What about you? What about me makes you think that? Never mind.
You always applaud when people die in real life.
No, I'm not doing it.
Colby, happy
Dumb.
National Gingerbread Day.
Man, if Tatiana made bread, man,
I'd like to taste some of her gingerbread.
sure it's... Actually, she doesn't look like she can cook.
Oh, she can cook right now for me.
She doesn't look like she can cook. I mean, I've seen her like in interviews where like she's in her touring bus or whatever
Yeah.
we're talking about, and it doesn't look like
You don't think she could whip you up some
she's so
spaghetti?
like, she's so other-sided talented. I don't know, man.
Where are they from? Ukraine, right?
Ukraine. Yes.
I'll bet you she can cook.
Cook you up some borscht.
Yeah. Cook me up some Ukraine wurst.
Some borscht.
Is that a thing? Ukraine wurst? I know what they eat over there. Colby, a day that as a young Tim, I'd have been out on.
But as you got older,
But as I got older, I now respect this industry maybe more than I should.
okay,
And I'm not infatuated by this industry, but I'm very, very interested in how this works. As it is National Tailor's Day.
like Jonathan Taylor Thomas Day.
I hope not. No, nobody cares about tool time. No, like no, but the industry, people who fit your clothes for you and fix your clothes and put your clothes together and
They still got people that do that.
yes, dude, I see them all over my neighborhood. I bet you we have 4 within like 5 miles of me.
That's an actual job because I just punch in my sizes now on the internet and it just shows up and it fits good.
Okay, well, what happens when you gain 9 pounds like you did last week and they don't fit anymore?
Then I lose it like I did last
Yeah,
week.
you did in way too quick a time.
Yeah.
I'm the body type. I have to have clothes refit. I'm not gonna go out and buy new clothes. I'm not that like my clothes
See, I don't
are
have
able
any,
to be tailored.
I don't have any clothes that are tailorable.
Yeah, I did back in the day. I don't need more either. All mine are probably like mediums.
The stuff that's like for dress or whatever, they're the same size as what I had when I was
You're
fat.
14.
Yeah, they're like double XL, collared shirt and stuff. I just put it on and just tuck it in right. It looks all right.
Huh. Colby, another unnecessary day and an unnecessary thing that should not exist on the planet. I don't get it. I don't understand. Look, I used to be a vegetarian. I was a vegetarian for about 3 years in my mid-20s. Back when I was running. I was doing good things to my body, right?
How could you get enough protein as a vegetarian? I've always wondered that.
I ate a lot of fish.
Okay, so you're a pescatarian.
Well, I don't know. They had those words back then. Everybody just called them vegetarians. The word vegan hadn't even been invented yet.
Yeah.
I ate beans. I ate fish. I just didn't eat red meat. That's what a vegetarian used to be. You don't eat red meat.
Pescatarian means you can eat fish.
Right.
A natural omnivore means you throw in chicken, fish, and all that. You just
Yeah, and
stay
I
away
ate
from
chicken
red-
too. I ate chicken too.
Then you just stayed away from red meat, Tim.
But that's what vegetarians used to be before they made all these new rules.
I don't understand.
I don't either. But it's National Veggie Burger Day.
Huh. I've had
Look.
a couple of good veggie burgers before.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
There's no such thing.
There is.
If
two.
you don't want to eat meat, don't eat a burger. Eat a chicken sandwich. Eat a fish sandwich. Have something else, but don't freaking call it a burger.
well,
Hamburgers are meat. Murderers.
actually, we did find out that plants are somehow now like semi-sentient. so
Right? So now that's a thing now. Even vegetarians are murderers.
If you didn't find that out with us, you missed that episode of News and Notes
Oh,
that
that's great.
science has discovered that vegans are also murderers.
Yep. Can't win, Colby.
Congratulations.
And that's what day it is, Colby.
That is amazing, Tim, as we now somehow jump into
Murderers.
a segue as it's time for Tim to punch the button and us to go to the sports report. We are on finals eve, Tim.
We should be on a couple of finals eves.
Should be, but we're not because, well, blame Canada.
Blame Canada. No, it's not Canada's fault. It is not the Edmonton Oilers' fault. It's your Dallas Stars' fault
They
that they are no longer with us.
petered out at the end.
They did, and I found some news out today that I'm not sure was public knowledge. Did you know that Chris Tanev ruptured tendons in his foot in Game 4?
No, because they just did the lower leg injury.
But I noticed that even in these playoffs, as Chris Tanev went, the team went.
Correct.
Right? He's kind of the quarterback. He is the on-ice leader, the on-ice coach, whatever you want to call it. And he played gritty, he played hard, he played dirty sometimes, and the whole team followed. Well, in Game 4, he tore some tendons and ligaments in his foot. He thought it was an Achilles that hurt so bad, but it wasn't the Achilles. It was literally everything else in his foot that connected his foot to his ankle. And what looked like to me, the team just running out of gas.
Right.
Which they did. All right. They had a extremely hard playoffs. Nobody ever had a path like that in the first three rounds of the Stanley Cup playoffs, where you run into the last two Stanley Cup winners in the first two rounds.
Right.
And a 50-win team in the third round, and they just didn't have enough. And I don't fault anything other than the grueling playoff schedule, the teams, the mental and emotional task that it took on them, and then the injury to Chris Tanev against the Oilers in Game 4 that literally made him, I won't say useless, but extremely debilitated. And like I said, as Chris Tanev goes in these playoffs, so go the Stars. And that was pretty much it.
And if you didn't believe that, that's what Tim kept pointing to in our every playoff preview, pretty much all the way through this, is he kept pointing to how valuable Tanev was, and then we saw at the end. So if you wanted to know a little bit of hockey knowledge, and we have the Hockey Hawk on, but Tim's got a little bit for you too, and just broke it down exactly how you needed to go ahead and bury the Stars.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's, I think we'd almost celebrate though, because you made it to the conference finals.
And you played well to start the conference finals.
You did.
You went up 2-1.
You look like you might do something there, but it just petered out.
Also, it was announced as official, but we found out it's not official, but it's probably going to be very soon. Joe Pavelski hanging up the skates for good, without a ring.
Got to
That's
go.
a tough one.
Got to go lock some things up. Maybe some of the kids underneath will come up and do some stuff.
That one's rough.
I think this Stars team is ready to come back next season and really get after it, and we'll see if we can get another good run out of them. I know it hurts Stars fans, but the realization of is making it to it's hockey's Final Four.
Yeah.
That is something that you don't just walk away from without at least, knowing that your team gave you that much this season. And we'll just look for more.
Something to be proud of, man. There's none of the Stars, the organization, the fans should not be hanging their heads, all right? You did get beat by who I think is a lesser team. And that term is subjective. I think the Edmonton Oilers clearly have more star power.
Right.
But I think that the Dallas Stars have infinitely more depth, more talent on your third and fourth lines. Unfortunately, that's not won out in this series. That doesn't mean it won't win out in the next time they play. But nothing to hang your heads about, nothing to be ashamed of. It's a gut punch. Anytime your team loses in the playoffs, I don't care what sport it is, it's a gut punch. But it's not like it's the Cowboys who went 14-3 in the regular season and then go out with a whimper in the wild card round. All right, that's not something to be proud of. But man, these Stars, be proud, Stars fans, because this is a good team and they're going to be good for a while.
I'm going to throw a parade if the Cowboys make it to the Final Four.
How great would that be?
I'd throw a parade. It would be my own personal parade.
Yeah.
It'd be just down my street.
We'll just be doing shots.
I'll do it. Now, going to the other side of our conference finals, as we've had both the Mavericks and the Stars in it, the Mavericks are on their way to the finals, and that starts tomorrow night, and I am super excited. This Mavericks team is going up against the number 1 seed in the East, and the number 1 seed that looks like they're just ready to just take the championship and just run away with it.
I have so many thoughts about this matchup.
This is in history. You realize the Mavericks as the 5 seed going through what they did in order to get to the finals and going up against the number 1 seed in the East historically does not bode well for your Dallas Mavericks.
Well, no 5 seed has ever won a title.
Correct.
But I would also throw at you, Colby, no 5 seed, no team has ever had to go through the first 3 rounds against opponents like the Mavericks did this year.
Oh, you're right.
As far as, talent level, ability, seedings, whatever you want to say, however you want to refer to those 3 teams, no team has ever had to beat 3 teams like that. Jordan's Bulls didn't do it. Magic's Lakers didn't do it. Birds Celtics didn't do it. The Sixers didn't do it in their heyday. The Warriors didn't do it in their heyday. That was much like the Stars.
Mm-hmm.
The hardest 3 opponents you can have in the first 3 rounds of the playoffs.
Reminds me of the time that a little basketball team went through the hardest opponents you could imagine and then ended up against the number 1 seed in the East. Well, it's the time your Dallas Mavericks won that championship because they went through some. You go back and look at the superstars that Dirk Nowitzki and crew put down and then ended up against LeBron James and everybody else in the Heat. This is a little bit of the same semblance of going up against a power team. Now, the Boston Celtics, Jason Tatum, but the whole team is really, really good defensively. Really good defensively, and they're really good offensively. You got a team of 2-way players.
Right.
And that's going to be tough, but there is something that is going for the Dallas Mavericks in this. Is number 1, you walk into Boston and it is going to be volatile. It is going to be nuts.
Yeah.
Because not only is Boston in the finals, not only is Samuel Adams just flowing throughout that whole place and everybody's coming in from the apartment and getting out of their car and going up to the Hyena. I don't think that one worked with the Boston accent. I actually just named some.
Did you just say hyena?
Yeah, I just said, yeah.
We
But
know
they're
what you
going to
meant.
show up and they are going to be irate, not only because of that whole situation, but because, man, Kyrie's stomped on their logo more than a couple of times.
Uh-huh.
He's walked in there and not been happy.
Don't
And
blame him either.
He's flipped off the whole crowd, and he's done it. They're going to be on him a lot, which I think feeds into the switch that fires Luka.
And Kyrie.
It fires Kyrie, but you want to talk about Luka having motivation? Sometimes it takes the first couple of games for him to find out he doesn't like that guy, and then it's on. And, I mean, Luka's playing good, but he's just, I'm smiling and everything's good. And, oh, look at me, I'm shooting from half court. It's making it, but you want to make him mad like the Suns made him mad?
Yeah. See, we established that in this playoffs
Yes.
that Luka embraces the bad guy.
He does.
Right? Dirk never did that. I don't know that any player or fan base hated Dirk, right? He was just too likable, and he never mouthed off at anybody. You see him get fired up on the court, but he wouldn't direct it at anybody, right?
No,
Even in the series against the Heat, when they were making fun of him.
He kind of directed it at them.
Well, but there was
they
reason
got
for
over
it.
it at the end.
But, dude, Luka has established that, make him the bad guy. Taunt him.
Yes.
Be physical with him. As a fan base, have signs with his name on it. Whatever. Call him whatever name you want, and he will respond, and he will respond positively. Please do it, Boston.
He will respond positively, or like what he did to the fans sitting next to Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? Because they kept talking about him crying. He's like, "Who's crying now,
Yeah.
motherfucker?"
Yeah.
Oh, just calling people out
Oh, it's so great.
because I'm starting. I know you hate it when he cries and all that at the refs and all.
When he
that.
whines, yeah, I'm not a fan. Nobody's a fan of that.
I'm starting to think, is that part of also him getting under everybody else's skin too?
Well, he doesn't need to be getting under his own fan base's skin.
Well, that's just you, because I'm fine with it.
No,
If it's
everybody has a problem with
If
that.
it's a big role, no, don't say everybody when you don't know everybody.
I know everybody
No, you don't know everybody.
in the world.
And right now, there's not anybody that has a problem with anything that Luka's doing.
I mean, he can do it. He plays like that. He can do it. He wins a title. I'll give him a year pass. He can be however he wants.
I think he already has a year pass. Him and Jason Kidd to walk through the teams they've walked through.
Yeah.
Put this team together at trade deadline. Have everybody going in step and all believing and all pushing the same direction. Having a team that has what we were told by ESPN was a D trade and picking up Kyrie. And taking all those pieces and making them work, putting them together, and not only putting them together, but making the whole thing run by playoff time.
Yeah.
To have this kind of momentum going into the finals, I think I finally get to say, even though Tim made me doubt for a little bit, I was right about Jason Kidd, and I always felt I was right about Luka. And dear God, this is going to be fun. I am so basketball excited. I'll tell you, I think this thing's going 7.
Oh, see, I don't.
I think it's Mavs in 7 in Boston.
I think it's Mavs. I don't think it's going 7.
Really?
I got Mavs in 6, and I'll tell you why.
Ooh.
So if you look, now I know we throw out the regular season standings, right? In the playoffs, we do. All right. But it's significant. The Celtics finished 64-18.
That is a really good team.
They lost 4 games at home all season. They won the East by 14 games over the Knicks
Yep.
at 50-32. Your Mavs are the 5 seed in the West. They went 50-32. They could have gone 52-30, whatever. Call it whatever you want, right? They tanked the last 2 games because they're resting everybody.
Right.
So whatever. The Celtics are 12-2 in the playoffs. The Mavericks are 12-5 in the playoffs.
Okay, yeah.
But again, look at the level of competition that the Mavs have had to play as opposed to the level of competition that the Celtics have had to play in the playoffs. And I'm not knocking the East, all right?
Oh, no.
But, okay, the Knicks were a tough out for the Pacers. The Pacers were nothing for the Celtics.
As a young team, I will tell you, watching that series, which I did a little bit, the Pacers had a good plan going into it because Carlisle had a good plan going into it. It was, you had a young team that the last few minutes, kind of like with the Thunder, the last few minutes of the game, they didn't know how to make that final step to win that game.
Right.
Because a lot of the Indiana-Boston series was Pacers up, Pacers holding, Pacers up, Pacers holding, Pacers lose. And it was...
Or they go ahead and lose a big lead.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that was some of that was happening during that series. Don't get it twisted. I think this Boston team is really tough, and I just think that the Dallas Mavericks, when you look at the stars players and you look at the stars on each side, Boston has a lot, including KP, just name anybody that's on their team along with Tatum. You would like to have them on your team.
Can I bring something funny up that I heard? There's people out there saying, oh my gosh, what's Luka going to do when the Celtics throw KP on him defensively? He hasn't had to have a guy 7'4" guard him, and that little fadeaway is not going to work the same. And in my head, I'm like, shut up. Just shut up. You've never watched basketball. You know less than I do because I don't proclaim to know anything. Luka against KP one-on-one. Give me Luka 107 times out of 100. KP's got nothing defensively for him.
He's a good rim protector when he wants to be, but as many moves as Luka has around there, I think at one point he'll just lose count and just dive in one direction.
And keep in mind, Luka is a vastly different offensive player now than he was when KP was here.
Yeah.
So all the little whatever scrimmages they had one-on-one together when they were on the same team, Luka is not that guy anymore. He's got a whole nother bag of tricks now. And KP has no chance.
There won't be KP guarding Luka.
There's no way, right?
There'll be a lot of Tatum on Luka. Tatum is really good defensively.
Yeah.
that, you know, they'll use because they have bigger guards that they can use. That'll be a lot of it. I want to know, and we'll find out right off the bat tomorrow, is if the game plan for Boston coming out is, are they going to try and take away the extra guys? Like if they're just going to one-up Kyrie, just one-on-one Kyrie and Luka, and try and take away the kick-out pass and see if their defense is strong enough one-on-one to not, you know, stop them, but to, you know, hold them back a little bit. And maybe they run with that. I kind of hope they do that because I think Luka then just eats them up and then eventually starts sucking in the other extras around, and then PJ gets open, and you just work with that. So we'll see what happens. But
by the way, we've talked about the Mavs, how they went on this huge run after the trading deadline when they got Washington and Gafford. The Celtics are the only team in the league with a better record since the trade deadline, and it's only by 2 games than the Mavs. But again, I'll say it again. The Celtics have not run across a team this season in the playoffs as good as the Mavericks. So it's going to be a whole – to me, it's very even, right? I know it's a 5 seed versus a 1 seed.
Right.
You've got 14 games difference in the standings at the end of the season. But, man, you throw all of that out the window. This is Luka against the whole city of Boston.
It is.
And I'll take Luka.
Everybody, just go ahead and smile because Tim has finally jumped on the Luka bandwagon, which, of course, may throw this whole thing off the rails, and we end up in a
Sorry,
ditch.
I've got Celtics in 3.
I think that's possible. All right, coming up next, we have the Good, Bad, and Ugly, followed by Mystery Shotgun, which it's Spider-Man, it's Venom, it's maybe a little Madam Web, ? That's all coming up on the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim Show.
Hello, sports fans.
FanStream Sports.
All right, guys, time to talk a little bit about Turf Life. You've seen the hats on our heads. You've been or seen the video of the studio. You've seen that the decals are all over the place. Turf Life. Man, it's the brand that salutes the consumer and industry players everywhere whose lives involve turf. What does that mean? That means if you play or have a business or, you know, maybe you're a sports educator, you're going to be on turf at some point. So you live the turf life. So go ahead and tell everybody you live the turf life by having your Turf Life window decal or, you know, the hat or the keychain or the something. Along that lines, just go to turflifeclub.com and become a turf head. That's what it's called when you live the turf life. You're now a turf head. And you can go join the club today and snag that window decal or snag any other special Turf Life accessories and go over there to that website, which is turflifeclub.com, and get your stuff and show everybody that, man, I'm all about that turf life. And then you just kind of raise your coffee mug at them and go, yeah, turf life, baby. That's what it's about. And then that's the end of the commercial. Ding. That means it's done in microwave talk.
Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com.
Introducing Star Power Smart Home Solutions, where cutting-edge technology meets effortless living. Control your entire home with just a tap on your smartphone. Adjust the lights, set the temperature, ensure your home is totally secure, all from the palm of your hand. Experience the ultimate solution in comfort and security for your family. Start by going to the website, GetStarPower.com. That's GetStarPower.com.
Hi, golfers. IndyCar Tim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
Hey, listeners, make sure you check out the brand new FanStream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7 day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Coming back at you. Now, more FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to the Colby Sabanini Car Tim Show right here on FanStream Sports. By the way, Colby,
What?
I just went live on TikTok.
You just went live on TikTok.
I'm live on TikTok right now. So hello to TikTokers out there. It's our first live stream that I'm aware of on our TikTok channel.
Huh.
All they can see is me because I can't integrate it into our streaming software, but they're looking at me, but they can hear you.
Oh, well, that's amazing.
Yeah, I think. But it's weird because I'm backwards. Like everything's backwards. But appreciate everybody jumping in here, joining us on TikTok, as well as everybody that's watching us on the Instagram, on Facebook, on the X.
Yep.
And of course, FanStream Sports TV, our YouTube channel, are at fanstreamsports.com and on the FanStream Sports mobile app. Colby, we're cheering on the Mavericks.
We are cheering on them.
We're mourning the Stars.
Yep.
We're anxiously awaiting something good from the Cowboys. We are patiently waiting for Rangers to get healthy to see what happens throughout the rest of the baseball season, although we're not hopeful, but that's okay. We're kind of used to that because we got a World Series, and that's all I really care about. Where I'm good for another 50 years, maybe. But what I am not good with is getting older.
Oh, dear.
Well, no, it's just that's what this segment's about.
It is.
As we transition. As Colby transitions.
What?
Colby's transitioning, y'all.
It is time for that little segment where we go through all the people that were born today, or I go through them. I don't make you. I do it. And I look for the people that are famous enough to make a list. I make that list, and then I offer them up to you guys, along with me and Tim, as we all decide, each individually, who we think is the good person, the bad person, and the ugly person.
Yep.
And starting off today, because, well, basketball. And the only reason why I know this guy is because, well, basketball.
Basketball.
And because he played with LeBron James.
Gross.
Zydrunas Ilgauskas is 48 today.
Zydrunas
Ilgauskas.
Ilgauskas.
He was part of that Cavaliers team.
Yeah.
He was the big white Euro in the middle that did things.
Everybody needs a big white Euro in the middle, I feel like.
Uh-huh. Especially one with Lamb.
Right? Speaking of big white things in the middle.
Yeah, Mike Lamb.
Mike Lamb?
Yeah. What happened?
Gotta love my clam, Colby.
Robinson Chirinos turns 39 years old.
Wow. Did I completely forget he existed?
And still, he was fun to watch.
Catcher, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he was fun to watch. He's 39 and he's out of the league, I'm guessing, right?
I believe so.
Maybe playing in Japan or something.
Maybe. He's playing in a league that I don't watch.
Right.
Like him and...
It's on the Ocho.
Yes. Everybody tune into the Ocho. Right after Dodgeball, Robinson Chirinos takes on Julio Franco in a 1v1 baseball game.
You know, I watch Dodgeball like maybe once a day.
What?
Freaking love that movie. And it just comes on randomly on some random channel. It's Grown Ups 1 and 2, Legally Blonde. Like one of those movies is on like all the time.
You know what? I have now just picky choosy all my stuff that I watch. The only thing that I watch live is sports. It's wrestling and sports.
Yeah.
Everything else is
wrestling.
Because if I can't find anything to watch, then I'll just turn on either anime or SpongeBob. That's about it.
I haven't watched SpongeBob in 15 years, I bet.
That's just to have noise on in the background, which is probably not the greatest noise to have on in the
Ew,
background.
yeah.
Where it's just it soothes me, but I can realize that other people in the house where he's like just all the time. Don't mark that.
Too late.
Can probably be annoying, but 32 years old today, Andrew Heaney.
Is he like the only good pitcher we have right now?
And he also is a
That's
part
healthy?
of, yeah, he's also a part of that championship.
No,
though,
he is,
so
absolutely. An integral part of that championship team.
You're damn right. Somebody that I didn't realize was this young is Sam Darnold is 26.
Yeah, dude, he was just drafted like 3 years ago or 4 years ago.
Every time they roll him out, I'm thinking, oh, this old guy? What's he doing?
Where's he now? He's in
I don't even know. I thought he was a backup Ram for a little bit. Is he still a backup Ram?
shame we don't have a way to look that up. Right?
Yeah, internet's stupid.
No, he is Vikings.
He's a Viking now?
He's a Viking.
Is he a starting Viking now? Is he who replaced? Did he?
No,
usurp the Cousins?
They drafted somebody, right?
I don't know. Atlanta drafted somebody. They went after Penix Jr.
After they got their guy for $100 million guaranteed.
Uh-huh. Well, while you think about that, let's go to turning 67 years old today. Kenny G.
Okay, look. I will tell you this.
It's going to be really hard to pick our good today, by the way.
Because none of them are?
I mean, I've seen one. I've read off two that'd be like, I'd pick them.
Well, yeah, Rangers.
Yeah.
I am a fan of the smooth jazz genre. I enjoy smooth jazz. It has its time and place, I think, especially for me, it does, right?
Uh-huh.
But I am not on board with Kenny G. I just don't. I don't know.
You're not on board with the Michael Bolton, the smooth jazz?
And I love Michael Bolton, Mark. But I don't know, man. There's just something about the soprano saxophone. I'm like, just play a freaking clarinet. It's the same damn thing, but it's made out of wood instead of brass.
You know.
Does that mean he's got wooden balls?
Yes.
I mean, I don't have anything against Kenny G. I just never really got Kenny G. And most people that make fun of him just don't like the music genre at all, right? They're making fun of the whole freaking music, but I don't know, man. It's just maybe it was the dumb hairdo.
The fact that he went perm and never went back.
And never went back. And he still does, except now his forehead's like a 7-head.
Right.
Because it goes all the way back here, kind of like Michael Bolton was back in the day, right? With the long hair, but his forehead went all the way back here.
Right.
But it's fine. If you like Kenny G, you know what? That's awesome. You're awesome.
R&B singer turning 54 years old today, Brian McKnight.
Okay. I don't have an opinion. Don't know anything he does, but I've heard his name. Am I bad for not liking 90s R&B? Or maybe I'm just unfamiliar.
You're unfamiliar.
Yeah, that's what it is. I probably do like some songs that are considered R&B.
I was about to say, you've never jammed out to Boys to Men?
No.
What?
No.
Okay.
Is that R&B? I thought they were just pop.
They were R&B.
Okay, maybe I don't know what R&B is then, because I didn't know that was R&B. Like, I love Anita Baker. Is she R&B? Is it just because they're black, they're automatically called R&B?
No, it's like, it's a style of music. It's like, just because they talk with a twang now, it's not pop, it's country.
Right, I hate that too. I hate that so much. It's so bad.
In a band that right now my brain won't let me remember, but good God, 44 today, bassist Pete Wentz. Why can't I remember this band's name? Crap.
Oh, crap. Yeah, now I can't remember it either. You're contagious. He is the bassist
Fall Out Boy.
for Fall Out Boy.
My brain was not that. The F
By the way-
cabinet was closed.
By the way, let me tell you this right now. Fall Out Boy, Overrated.
Oh, hit or miss. Some of their songs were really good. Some of their songs were not really good.
I mean, okay.
It's hit or miss.
You guys watching this on TikTok, throw me some likes. I need some likes.
Just begging.
I need some nipple likes. I'll show you my nipple if I get 50 likes.
And then you get banned on.
Oh, Colby, we just got 50 likes. We're at 65. We're at 80. They're throwing me likes. Nice. Now I got to show my nipple. All right, here you go. There, boom. Showed my nipple on TikTok tonight, Colby.
And you just got banned. So everybody's now aware that these guys are still around because you were probably watching something on True TV or
Right.
whatever. Joe Gatto, 47, part of that comic troupe that does the.
Oh, yeah. I remember Joe Guado, whatever it was. What was the name of that?
I can't believe they just. Now I've got to look this up. I hate myself right now. I got enthralled by this.
You continue with the show. I'll look up Joe Guado.
Impractical Jokers.
Impractical Jokers. Yeah, another show that I'm out on, by the way.
I was into it for a little bit. I got caught in the circle.
I just think it's all scripted.
It probably is. I didn't care because some of it was just funny anyway. Again, I don't care. Script it, don't script it. If I find it entertaining, I'm going to watch it.
Okay, but you just said you're out on reality shows.
I am, which was weird. What happened is it came on. I was like, okay. All right, okay. And I watched a couple more. Also, it helped that Sybil was like, I'll watch this too. Because there's very few things that me and her really just go, we can watch this.
Together?
Right. So
Olympic figure skating?
No, it's not it. Like, it's mainly she'll sit there while wrestling's on.
Oh, okay.
Like a pay-per-view or whatever. She's down with that. She can't watch sports with me. She'll go to another room to watch sports with me because, I'm stupid and yell a lot.
Yeah, by the way, for those that have never watched live sports with Colby,
loud noises.
Sports defeated Colby is not a fun individual to be around.
I throw things.
Colby almost broke our studio once.
I throw things.
Well, what were we watching when you threw the headphones across the table and threatened to leave the studio mid-show because was it a Cowboy game?
I think it was a Cowboy game.
Like mid-show, we're doing a show here in the studio, and Colby throws his headphones across the room and just leaves the studio. Like mid-show, he just walks out.
Just can't, man.
And I'm like, all right, well,
I got to go break something at that point.
You almost broke the headphones.
Well, I didn't care about them at that time. I was done with them.
We have more. It's okay.
Facebook, YouTuber, and a lot of things. Brandon Ferris is 32. And if you haven't checked out any of his things that he does,
not familiar.
It's fun. His reactions to everything is fun. It's fun. If you haven't, go check him out. He's really popular. He doesn't need me to shill for him, but I just find him fun.
TikTok, we're at 454 likes. If you want to see my other nipple, let's get to 1,000.
All right, then.
And I'll show the other nipple. Everybody's like, no, I'm out.
Mark Wahlberg is 52 years old today. So if you want to know about a superfluous third nipple, that's him.
I like that word too, by the way.
Superfluous?
Nipple.
Well,
I like superfluous. It's just hard for me to say. So which is the more talented brother, Donnie or Mark?
Oh, Mark for me.
You think?
Yeah, with all the just acting and everything he's
Donnie
able to
acts.
Mark Wahlberg can play the same character in every single movie, and I am intrigued.
Well, that was kind of my point. Like he's the same character in every movie.
And please have more.
And I feel like it's just him.
And I don't care.
Like he's not even acting. No, I don't either. I love it. I think he's great. But his brother was a new kid on the block. I mean, come on.
Right.
That's like being a Beatle.
Yeah, he had to have other people with him. There was actually nobody in the Funky Bunch.
He carried the band.
There was nobody in the Funky Bunch. It was actually just Marky Mark.
And he was so ashamed of it, he didn't even use his real name.
He took his name and doubled it up. He took his first name and said, "It's so cool, I'm going to double it up and say it again."
That's what we should call our show. The Timmy Tim and the Colby Kolb Show. Marky
No.
Mark. Come on. Somebody should be fired for coming up with that.
I mean, it got him out there.
I guess. No, I don't have anything against Mark Wahlberg. I like Mark Wahlberg. The only movie I didn't like that he was in, well, I mean, there's lots that I didn't like that he was in because he's in all of them.
He's everywhere.
You're allowed to not like. I didn't like Ted.
The fuck you say?
I don't know. I didn't like Ted. It had some funny parts, but
Some funny parts. It had some pee yourself parts.
meh.
Okay.
It's up there for me with Napoleon Dynamite. I didn't really get that either.
Yeah, Napoleon Dynamite got pushed up too much before I saw it.
Yeah, me too. I didn't see it till way after the fact. Yeah.
And if I would have just walked into it not knowing what was going on, I'd probably found it more funny.
Maybe.
But it got built up.
I just didn't get the character.
Oh, well,
I need more depth to my characters, like Airplane.
there was no depth in Airplane, sir.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, that's his greatest acting experience ever.
No, it was the fight against Bruce Lee, sir. Thank you
That
very
was
much.
pretty good. That was pretty good.
And last but well, he's still out there. Ninja turns 33 years old today. The Fortnite streamer.
Ninja?
Like
That's just his name?
he's got a name. Nobody knows him by that name.
But that's his, like, YouTube channel name or something?
Yes.
Ninja.
He got so big that he made it pretty much popular everywhere. To the point that,
I'm not going to dump on it. I've just never heard of him before.
I mean, he makes millions of dollars playing Fortnite. Like millions and
that's
millions
possible.
of dollars. No, it's
Nobody
possible.
makes millions of dollars playing video games.
Yeah, no, there's a lot out there that do that. Just not me, because nobody wants to watch me play video games.
I'll watch you play video games.
I get a lot of irritated, say a lot
That's-
of stupid things.
That's the point to watch. That's why you watch and play video games.
Just need to be a little bit more talented. Just to, I'll call my channel the Colby Noob, because even though I think I know what I'm doing, everybody else is like, I'm better.
I think you should call your channel Colby Colbin the Fucking Bunch.
The Fucky Bunch?
Yeah, the Fucky Bunch. The Fuck You Bunch. Colby Colbin the
I do
Fuck
say,
You Bunch.
I do say fuck you a lot.
You do.
Yeah.
A lot.
So there you go. There is your list for good, bad, and ugly, Tim.
Colby celebrating Facebook birthdays today.
Hi.
I have just one for today, but she's a special one. Kayla Little, one of my old bartenders from The Revel in Frisco,
Huh.
who's moved on to better gigs and a more adult life. It's her birthday today. We missed one on Monday because we didn't do a show because I was at the DMV for 17 hours. Colby, Travis Hafner turned 47.
Wow.
Great Travis Hafner. Yesterday, Kara Backus, who's with child, and I swear I was out of town that weekend.
Okay.
It's not mine. Colby, tomorrow, good friend a chick that I chased in high school for quite a while and never could seem to get there. She used to be Tanya Heapsch, but now she's Tanya Lewis. Happy birthday. She's 51.
She married to Todd Heaps.
No, that was just her name.
Okay.
She married a Lewis, I think. That's why her name is Lewis now.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Friend of the show that used to hang out with us at our old Tailgaters days quite a bit, Kathy Patrick,
What's up,
has a birthday coming up.
St. Patrick?
She spells Kathy, though. It's the unusual and unstable Kathe. I always wanted to call her Kaith.
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 I still want to call her Kaith.
Maybe I will next time I see her. What's up, Kaith?
Dude.
And one of the weirdest but coolest, most intriguing names for a hot chick I've ever seen in my life. I don't know her personally, but we're Facebook friends, which must mean we have an intimate knowledge of each other.
No.
Patty Coppin. Good day, mate.
No.
No? That's not Irish? Scottish?
I mean,
What's Patty? It's Patty, but with D's. Paddy, Patty.
Patty.
Not Patty.
Okay.
Coppin.
Coppin.
So there you go. We've got some big ones coming up on Monday's show, Colby, that we'll get into. Might take me a while on Monday.
Oh, dear.
I
I
might
may
have
shorten my famous people's list then.
Like slept with half of these chicks. I got to wish them all happy birthday.
Probably last week, too.
All in a row. Because that's the way we roll. Whoops. All right, Colby, my good. I was ready to go to commercial. It's not even time for that.
No, it's not.
Colby, my good. Damn it. All right, look. I know we have Rangers on the list, and one's a World Series winner, and I should go with him. But Colby, Mark Wahlberg is my good.
Because he was in Two Guns?
No, because he's Donnie's little brother.
Oh, okay.
So that's how I always think of Mark Wahlberg. He's Donnie's little brother.
It's Two Guns.
I don't even know what that is. I know he was in Three Brothers or whatever it was. That was a horrible movie.
Two Guns is an amazing movie.
I don't know what that is.
Amazing.
Is it better than Ted?
I rank it higher than Ted.
I hope everyone
Actually,
does.
me and Corey Majors rank it higher than Ted.
My bad. I almost went Pete Wentz, but it's not his fault his band sucks. It's never the bass player's fault that the music sucks.
Sometimes it is.
Never.
When he can't get in sync with the drummer.
Colby, well, all good bass players can get in sync with the drummer unless it's a sucky drummer, and then the drummer can't keep up with the bass player. We know how it works. Colby, my bad is Zydrunas Ilgauskas because he played with LeBron James. It's my bad. And my ugly, although we have several options here, Kenny G is my ugly, Colby.
Got you. And I agree with it.
Not a fan.
My ugly is also Kenny G.
Oh, wow. We agree on an ugly.
My good is because you helped the Texas Rangers win the ship. It's Andrew Heaney, man.
Can we not call it the ship?
I know I am.
God, it's so gay.
It's not. You want to know why? Because the greatness of board op Sean started that in my head.
Okay, well, that's one bad thing Sean did.
Nope, it's not. Sean's never done a bad thing. Shut your mouth.
It's one of them. Did he move to California?
For love.
I feel like we had this conversation already and it didn't go well.
My bad is Sam Darnold.
Yeah, just ask the Jets.
Yeah. And again, my ugly is Kenny G. And there you go. There's my good, bad, and ugly. And Mark Wahlberg would have been my good if there wasn't a ship-winning Ranger on the list.
Yeah, like I said, I went because I have so much respect for his older brother, and he's related by blood. By the way, I know you hate reality shows because they're all scripted, and they are. It's fine. It is what it is. But much like you, if I'm entertained, I'll watch it. And it's weird that you say that because you're a passionate fan of wrestling.
It's the only,
But anyway,
it's the only good reality show.
one of my favorite shows was Wahlburgers. The very much scripted yet entertaining so-called reality show that had him and all of his brothers. It's not just him. There's another brother. I think he's the youngest, who's a chef, like a legit chef.
Right.
And they started this chain of burger places out in California. Wahlburger, I think it was out in California, or maybe it was Florida. I don't remember where they're from. Wahlburgers, right? And they had a couple here in Dallas. I think they closed down, but I never had one. But it was just funny because their mom was a big part of it. You know, their mom was on the show. Kind of about them with their mom and taking care of her and the business and stuff like that. It was really, really entertaining. I know their mom has since passed on, so I'm sure the show's not on anymore. But it was funny. It was entertaining.
Huh.
We like moms.
Moms are great.
Moms are great.
Unless they call you in the middle of your show. Sometimes.
I'm going to start calling you in the middle of the show.
Go ahead.
Are you ready?
Sure.
We have to do this, don't we?
Oh, yeah. Welcome into Colby Sapp's Mystery Shotgun. I am your host, Colby Sapp, along with Pod Racer Tim. Dude, have we got some shit to talk about?
Do we?
Holy crap. All right. So the Venom 3 trailer was released.
All right.
And it has a lot of stuff in it, a lot of little Easter eggs in it. And before I get there, let me back up. I found out, and had this last week, but didn't get into it. I found out some things about Madam Web that made everything fit into place. Madam Web it's bad. It's real bad. It's real bad.
That's disappointing.
It's not good. it feels like there's some, good banter going on.
Right.
But the whole plot and everything feels like it was edited together by a dude who decided to see how much Florida meth he could consume before he put it together. Like it's nonsensical, doesn't make a lot of sense.
Is Florida meth better than the rest of the country meth?
Man, because the stories that come out of Florida, I'm guessing. I'm just guessing.
Try me some Florida meth.
But I found out why it was like that. That wasn't the movie that they shot. That wasn't the movie that they were doing. That wasn't anything of what they planned.
Really?
They had everything ready to go to, during Madam Web, have a Spider-Man in there.
What happened?
Actually, at one point in the movie, there's a shot of a young Peter Parker. And they were going to time loop, and then he was going to show up, and it was going to... Yeah.
Right.
The big heads at Sony said, "You can't do that. Sorry, we made a mistake. We're going to do that in the next Venom movie. So y'all can't do that."
So that was the redheaded stepchild of the movies.
So they took the movie. They had all these things shot. They've still got to release it because they have a budget, right? And it's too late. So they're like, all right, cool. Here's what we're going to do. We're just going to release it, and then y'all can go about your merry way. But sorry, we screwed up. And that's what Madam Web happened. Here comes in Venom 3, which if you saw the trailer, there was a couple things in there that made me go, oh, well, what's that? And one of them being that near the end of the trailer, he says, there's more coming. Like you can see there's more like meteorites falling from the sky. So there's more symbiote on the way, which I'm hoping leads to, there's been a lot of symbiotes throughout comic book history.
Right.
And they've latched onto different people and made different things happen. There's a whole bunch of times where, like other people have gotten a hold of Venom or become anti-Venom or whatever. And I've got a few favorites that I'm rooting for. Scream, Agony, Phage, Riot, Lasher. Those are all my favorites because they all appear basically in the same comic book run.
Right.
I'm hoping that's them. What I don't think's coming out of the sky, which would just blow everybody away, is if it was Null, which is the basically king of all the symbiotes. He's their god. He shows up, then the whole thing's canceled. But during the I just wanted to throw that in as things that I wanted to see. During the trailer, there's one guy that's on a bus that they just show randomly. The guy that's on the bus is Rhys Ifans. That's the actor's name.
Right.
He was in Amazing Spider-Man 2. No, or was it 1? I think it was 1. He was the Lizard. He played Kurt Connors. That ended up being the bad guy of that particular film.
Right.
And he's there as a young guy in the van with like longer hair, acting like a hippie, blah, 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 whatever, right? Doesn't look like his older self in what he did in Amazing Spider-Man. The other thing that's being bandied about is that, remember what I said, the young Peter Parker and then have him come back in didn't happen in Madam Web. They just shot to him but didn't explain anything about it. And that they were saving it for Venom 3.
Yeah.
Why are you going to have an actor from Amazing Spider-Man in the trailer just be on the bus unless the Peter Parker that you're going to have show up and be Sony's new Spider-Man was going to be Andrew Garfield. Andrew Garfield
That makes sense.
being that Spider-Man would be great. And this is all, it's all super theory, right? I'm just gluing things together.
Right.
Until Tom Hardy today decided to blow up the internet. He was talking to Variety. And he was like, yeah, I mean, Kevin Feige and those guys, they have their Spider-Man, and we have ours too. Wait, what are you talking about?
I don't think he was supposed to say that.
We have ours too? Because I've been telling y'all for a while that I've heard background noise through the little bit of inroads that I have, is that Andrew Garfield is kind of their pick. They want to build their Spider-Man, their own version, their Spider-Verse version of the MCU. They want to build that with him. They just couldn't do it with the popularity of the Holland Spider-Man.
Right.
But they're also contractually obligated to produce so many Spider-Man films per however many years.
Right.
Or else they lose the rights to Spider-Man. So they have to do it. Well, Holland is like, I'm doing this other stuff with Marvel. I'm over here, and then you want me to make this movie. It's not always going to be available. So their option is to bring back or new Spider-Man to have for their own so they can keep the rights. What better way to do that than to, as it's already been implied throughout the, these little things in the background, that Venom and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man are happening in the same universe. Just maybe not on the exact timeline.
Right.
So if you end up having a young Peter Parker show up in the last movie of Venom, and then he gets older and the symbiote's still there, and somebody else, or he ends up having that Venom fight, time's not always a concern with comic book movies. You could actually have that happen. But I think this is where they're going, guys. That's where the tea leaves are pointing. Now, this is Sony, right?
Right.
Sony could totally just fucking change their mind like they did with Morbius. And they're just like, hey, vampire movie. Yeah, cut everybody up. Use all the blood you want to. Oh, never mind. We don't want blood. Just edit it out. He's slashing people in their throats and biting people, and there's no blood. Whatever. It's cool. And by the way, just Craven on the whole Sonyverse, since I'm here.
Do it.
Craven is going to suck big donkey dicks. There's not going to be any reason to go see this movie whatsoever. Also, as I'm talking about things that could possibly suck, we can talk about the new Captain America movie.
What? Is this with Blackton America?
This is with Falcon being Captain America.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's going to, but test audiences didn't like it so much, guys. So much that their whole bunch of reshoots are happening.
No.
But with reshoots, they always make it better.
Not.
I'm not saying it's going to fail. I am saying it doesn't look good. It's not Craven doesn't look good where they're now on their 8th time rewriting it and figuring what they're doing out. And it's mostly because Sony doesn't know what they're doing with their big toys. I think that music plays a lot in Sony, by the way, as they're just all running around. They're the new Warner Brothers.
This is very disappointing news to hear, though.
I don't know what to do. Now, they could get it all right, and it could be amazing, and everybody's happy. I'm just hearing word that
F you.
There's a little panic going on with the mouse ears with this.
So,
and the Acolyte's not helping.
Okay, look.
By the way,
I get they use test audiences.
Yes.
Every movie has test audiences. Should they put so much stock into test audiences?
I mean,
Because this is supposed to be about the director and his vision for this movie. In some, I'm not saying in every case. I know that every movie has its own whatever troubles. But why can't they just let a movie be the movie that they put out?
I kind of wish they would, but in other instances, both of them being DC related,
Right.
it did stop us from seeing baby death twice.
Okay, maybe we should have seen it.
They just go back and kill Henry Cavill as a baby,
Yeah.
or then kill Aqua Baby.
Well, I mean, did any of us want to see Aqua Baby?
I mean, I liked Muppet Babies.
Is Aqua Baby a baby Kermit the Frog? Now that would have been funny.
That would have been amazing.
If just the baby in the movie was just a Kermit the Frog Muppet.
Just called him Tadpole.
Yes, please.
So there you go. There is what I've got for those on Facebook that wanted to know what I was talking about when I put up that Andrew Garfield looks like this is happening. That's what I've got.
It's disturbing.
That's what I think is happening. Let's all cross our fingers that Sony gets their shit right and we get an Amazing Spider-Man 3.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Coming up next, we're going to comic book you to death, Tim style, as we get into the top 23 female Marvel characters ranked by sheer comics, on their sheer comic book greatness. And then I have news and notes because we go to the world of funny. That's all coming up on the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim Show.
Hello, sports fans.
FanStream Sports.
Introducing Star Power Smart Home Solutions, where cutting-edge technology meets effortless living. Control your entire home with just a tap on your smartphone. Adjust the lights, set the perfect temperature, and ensure your home is secure, all from the palm of your hand. Star Power has the experts that will transform your house into a secure, smart home. Experience the ultimate solution in comfort and security for your family. Get started at GetStarPower.com. Star Power, where innovation meets home.
Hi, golfers. IndyCar Tim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine, it's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to GolfCentralMag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to GolfCentralMag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at GolfCentralMag.com. We'll see you there.
Hello, folks. Let's talk a little bit about turf life. And what is turf life? It's pretty much if your life involves turf in any way, shape, or form, you live the turf life. Go ahead and brand yourself with the turf life. Maybe a back window decal, maybe a hat. You know where you can get those kinds of things to showcase that your life revolves around sports and or anything that involves sports. If it's a sports business or sports education or just your enjoyment of the outdoors, head over to turflifeclub.com. Become a turf head. Join the club today. You can do that by going to that said website that I just told you to go to. You can snag your window decal like I was talking about, or any of your other turf life accessories. Show everybody that you live the turf life, and we'll see you there, over there at that turflifeclub.com.
Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out OrionGolf.com. Hey listeners, make sure you check out the brand new FanStream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7 day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Coming back at you.
Now, more FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim Show. Ha! Colby, I left my mic hot while I was doing all that stuff on the commercial break.
Oh, that's amazing.
Well, I wanted everybody to hear, not just TikTok.
There you go.
We are back here to our Dallas studios on FanStream Sports. We are the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim Show.
What up?
Big audience here on TikTok for our first time tonight. Appreciate you guys tuning in, spending some time with us. I gave everybody a tour on TikTok of the studio, Colby.
What'd they think?
Apparently they liked it.
All right, then.
I showed them the Jaeger machine, the beer fridge, the beer kegerator, our broken sign.
Is it broken again?
Yeah, the M won't stay. I got to get the M fixed. I don't know what's happening. I need some more Scotch tape.
Some glue.
I need somebody to donate some Scotch tape. I need to tape my underwear together.
Huh.
I don't know if that's how that works.
No, that's not how that works.
Colby, we're going to continue on now. By the way, shout out to our sponsors, turflifeclub.com, or I'm sorry, turflife.club. I don't ever know what website they're using. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. And, of course, Orion Golf, pioneers of golf facilities management. You guys check them out at oriongolf.com. And, again, a big shout out to everybody watching this live on Instagram. We're on both Instagram channels. We are on Facebook. We're on the X. We are on, of course, FanStream Sports TV, which is our YouTube channel, and FanStreamSports.com, as well as the FanStream Sports app. You guys go check all of that out. If you would like to converse with us, if you're watching us on TikTok or Instagram and you want to talk to us, you can do that on the FanStream Sports Studio text line. Sponsorships available for that, too, by the way. 214-937-0569. Just text us from your phone, save the number. We'll see it. We'll read it on the air. Make fun of us. Do whatever the hell you want. I don't even care.
I really don't.
I promised everybody on TikTok I would do a Jaeger shot, so I'm going to do Jaeger shot Colby as we get into the list segment. What music should I play for the list?
I don't know. You're the DJ. Just fire it up, dude.
Don't call me a DJ.
Struggling.
Mm-hmm.
Why do people call us DJs? That's not what we do.
I mean,
what percentage of the planet do you think knows the term DJ, but they don't know what it means, what it stands for?
disc jockey?
Disc jockey. Do I have anything to do with discs?
No.
And why were they disc jockeys when they were using records? Did they call records discs?
Yes, probably. That's how it got there.
I need to ask Dr. Johnny Fever. He's my favorite DJ of all time.
That's how, I mean, they were hip cats back then. They had to use cool lingo.
Mm-hmm. Cool lingo.
That's right.
Dr. Johnny Fever, of course, my all-time favorite disc jockey, followed closely by probably Redbeard. Remember Redbeard?
Kind of.
On Q102. He was the morning, not morning guy, but like middays on Q102.
I immediately had one of the first monsters on Scooby-Doo that I ever saw. That was
Pirate Redbeard?
Pirate Redbeard.
I'm sure that's where he got his name. But Redbeard actually had an actual Redbeard. He used to do the Q102's top 10 at 10 in the morning, and he would do 10 songs from a specific year.
Huh.
And usually, of course, this was like the mid-'80s when I was listening to this. And they had the cool, FM sounders going off. Q102's top. I don't know why they all stuttered. Top 10 at 10.
That made it
No,
better.
1975. And then he'd like break out into what was going on in 19. It was pretty cool, man. For me, it was kind of cool. I never wanted to be the FM DJ guy. I always wanted to be the AM talk show guy.
I never wanted to be the FM DJ guy, but yeah, I didn't mind every once in a while just breaking out the FM radio talk host voice.
DJ voice.
Let's do this.
I always break out movie guy voice.
No, it's
In a world.
You can't go in a world. No, it's a little bit higher. This is where I'm at right now.
Well, to me, the FM DJ guy was a little more nasal. He was kind of up here like this. This is Radio FanStream Sports. I'm Tim. That's Colby. Almost forgot your name.
What?
Yeah. I can't do radio FM guy like I used to. All right, Colby, you ready to continue on now with some more Marvel stuff?
Sure, let's get it.
I should have figured out what music I was going to play for this, didn't I?
Man, just at some point, just hit something, right?
All right. Damn it. All right, we'll do this.
All right, then.
Game show music. How's that? In a world where Tim can't figure out the board.
We need to get you some more beds.
I need a lot more beds. Oh, you know what? I do have beds over here, though. Oh, they're not on repeat, though. Here, tell me what you think about this bed.
Okay.
There's bed 1.
I'm good with whatever you want to start playing.
Bed 2.
That sure is hype. I mean, we
Bed 3. I don't like any of those. I'm going to go back to the original.
I mean,
Those are all my JP show beds.
we'll get it.
So now I'm talking to Boot, eh?
Thank you, LA Knight.
All right, Colby, we've La Knight. You got to say his name right. It's La Knight. So, in continuing with our Marvel theme,
Okay.
and you know I love lists. So for those of you new to the show, and we have a billion people new to the show, I'm guessing tonight. Normally on Mondays, we will do the Mystery Shotgun segment that you just heard from Colby at 8:05 Central. And then on Wednesdays, we do a list or just some other BS that we can think of. But because we missed Monday, we're doubling up for you. We're gonna tag team you.
Uh-huh.
Colby had the first go around, and now I'm gonna roll you over, and I'm gonna finish too. Think that was a good analogy?
No.
No. Somewhere there's a lot of people that are very excited and a lot of people that are probably disgusted.
And scared.
And scared. Look, if I got to roll you over, you better be scared. So I'm talking to Boot. Colby, this is a list that I always do these lists for you when they're Marvel or comic book related, right?
Right.
And they're usually from Ranker, and this is no exception, which means that the internet community gets to vote on them, which makes you irritated.
It does.
And irritated Colby is the best co-host. It's great. Sometimes he hides under the table. It's great. But this, Colby, are the top 23 female Marvel characters, but they are ranked solely on the sheer comic book greatness of the comic books they were in.
Okay. All right.
So we will get your thoughts on all of these as we go through them. At number 23, because it'd be weird if we started anywhere else.
Right.
At number 23, we have someone called Peggy Carter.
Peggy Carter.
Of course, we know who Peggy Carter is. Carter is from Captain America.
Right. And also your Captain Britain.
Yes. She was like the Captain America equivalent of... Who is the other Iron Man? The
Ironheart?
one that Colonel Rhodes was in, that thing?
War Machine?
War Machine. That's what I was trying to think of. It's just kind of an offshoot, right? It's kind of like a secondary cheap knockoff.
No, it's just as far as Captain Britain's concerned, that's just a multiverse version.
Yeah, I know. But Captain Britain, come on.
Well, Captain Britain also exists, and he'll be coming to the MCU shortly, as he is a dude as well.
Colby, breaking Rangers news. Corey Seager left the game against the Tigers tonight with an injury.
Damn it. Shut up.
I didn't click on it, so I don't know what it was.
Don't click.
Not going to. Don't click, kids. And do not jar. Colby, at number 22, maybe one of my favorites after the series that just came out. And I know it did not follow the comic book character, as you stated. Echo.
Echo is really cool.
She's badass, right? But the series didn't do her justice.
No, it really didn't. They really changed up everything that made Echo cool.
Right. I mean, and it was cool for somebody that wasn't familiar with the character.
Right.
Watching the series, like, I thought it was cool. But then you were like, well, no, she's supposed to be able to echo the moves of the people she's fighting.
Exactly.
Oh, well, they didn't do that.
No.
That would have been even cooler.
What, should we explain her name?
Yes.
Stupid.
I thought, well, she's deaf. She only hears echoes.
No.
That's where she got her name.
No, she's an echo from the past. Man, stop it.
Yeah, it was weird. Plus, had a lot of Kingpin in it, so that was cool. I like that show.
Get ready for more Kingpin.
Oh, I know.
He's
I'm
on his way.
so excited. Colby at number 21. I don't know if I can say this with a straight face because I'm unfamiliar with this person or superhero. Squirrel Girl?
Squirrel Girl! Who once defeated Thanos with her squirrels.
Colby, Squirrel Girl.
She is You know what? She shouldn't be that cool. She shouldn't be that awesome of a read. She shouldn't be any of that. She kind of is.
Squirrel Girl.
She is.
Doreen Green.
Yep.
Embraces the campy nature of the golden age of comics, I'm guessing. I can tell by the animation this is an extremely old character.
I mean, she still just kind of embraces the old, even though she's still up to date. So, but yeah. Squirrel Girl.
I will tell you this too, Colby. I've had enough to drink tonight.
Yeah.
It's looking pretty good.
All right, then.
I'm not going to show the picture, but...
Go ahead and grab her by the tail, I guess.
Oh, I'd grab that tail any day. Colby, Squirrel Girl. I'm probably going to have dirty dreams about Squirrel Girl tonight now.
Just watch out for the front teeth.
God. Please don't bite. Colby at number 20. Our list is taking a dark turn. Somebody else I've had dirty dreams about.
Uh-oh.
I mean, not today. Because I loved the character that played her mostly in the recent movies. We're talking about Jane Foster.
Okay.
Lady Thor.
The Lady Thor.
The goddess of thunder.
I'm okay with Jane. As any comic that involved Jane, I was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But it has to be.
I mean, she's cute. Like in I don't know the comic book version is her, but anything Natalie Portman's in.
It's Natalie Portman.
I'm in for her for sure. Colby, one that's a little disturbing for me because of the age relationship here, and I didn't like the series so much, but it's Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel, the series, I actually really liked.
All right, I watched the first 2 episodes. I didn't watch it again.
You need to go farther into it.
Do I?
You
She's
do.
like 12.
It's not. You don't watch everything because you want to hump it, Tim.
Says you.
No, you've seen Star Wars. You don't want to hump Darth Vader.
Princess Leia.
Okay.
In the bikini.
You know what? There may be somebody in there you do want to hump, just not the main character.
Do they have chick stormtroopers, you think?
Well, in that one movie I saw, there was.
Can you send me a link?
Actually, I can.
Oh, you know what we never did? I was supposed to review a Biggie album.
You were supposed to.
You didn't send me one.
I told you what album to do.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, I was drunk.
You don't even worry about it.
I want
You're
to.
also supposed to watch a movie that I told you to watch and you didn't do it either.
Which one?
I don't remember now. We got to go back and check.
We have to go back and listen to our own audio?
Yes.
We need an intern to write this shit down. Can we get a hot intern and call her, what are we going to call her? Squirrel Girl.
Yeah, there you go. I usually give out nicknames after I see them, not before they arrive. Shout out to Potato.
You think Potato? She was hot.
No, he wasn't.
I'm not even going there. Colby at number 18. A formidable opponent in the Marvel Universe. Mary Jane Watson.
MJ. As we're now known in the Hollandverse.
Which is kind of hot, right?
Yes.
MJ?
Well, that's how she was known mostly in the comic books. You didn't always shout out Mary Jane.
Oh, Mary Jane's hot too.
Of course Mary Jane's hot.
It's Mary Jane on a scale of hot names is right behind Anne Marie for me. To me, Anne Marie is like the absolute one of the absolute hottest names.
Well, I mean, Gwen Stacy, that's hot.
Gwen is a hot name.
So
is Amanda.
Except for if you say Amanda Waller.
Jennifer. Jenny with an I. You know what? Maybe I'll do my own list. The hottest girl names. Colby at number 17. Spider-Woman. Jessica Drew.
Oh, man. You know what?
Got a hot little costume there.
She ends up being a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent as some of her time. And
Sword.
Yeah, she was also a Sword agent. And also had a very, very awkward cartoon back in the day.
Awkward how?
Just was drawn awkwardly.
Boobs?
They really just forgot about her special powers and just made her just exact like Spider-Man. And
yeah.
They didn't really do anything.
Kind of weird.
I remember watching it going,
what are you doing?
What's going on? I know better than this, and I'm 9.
Huh. I'm 9.
Yeah.
Mark. Colby at number 16. They're one of the greatest 80s hair bands of all time. Why not have a superhero named after them? Wasp. I feel like Wasp, the superhero, was around before that, though.
Oh, Miss Van Dyne.
Janet Van Dyne. She was a founding member of the Avengers.
Was. She also got beat around by
Bet she
Ant-Man
did.
a little bit.
Bet she did. She's hot in the movie, though. Because what was her name? The chick that played her in the movies. That Ron Howard's daughter, right?
Right. Forgot.
Whatever.
Forgot.
She's hot. Colby, number 15. I still haven't seen the series, but the chick that plays her in the series is one of the hottest actresses I've ever known from another show that I watched she was on called Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23. Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones is not, as far as her comic book greatness, I wouldn't call her comic book greatness, but Jessica Jones, the series, is, especially the first season, is a mustie. You must watch that.
I want to.
It's really good.
Because I love that. I can't remember her name, but she was in a funny show, and you don't like funny things, so you wouldn't appreciate this, but it was obviously a kind of a sitcom on cable where, you know, James Vanderbeek is?
Yes.
Dawson. So he was in the show as himself, but a caricature of himself.
Okay.
Like, he played, and he's not like this in real life, but he played himself as an elite Hollywood celebrity star who is friends with the two girls on the show and making fun of himself and they made Dawson's Creek references, you know, and he was like, it was the greatest show that was ever on TV. Like, he makes fun of himself on the show. It's really funny. Y'all should check it out. Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23. Colby, another hot movie chick from the comic books. Gamora at number 14.
If Guardians of the Galaxy didn't come out and make everybody realize how awesome Guardians of the Galaxy was, then she wouldn't be anywhere near this.
I'd never heard of Guardians of the Galaxy before the movie.
So,
but I'd never heard of Iron Man before the movie either.
I mean, it's I like how they made sure and made the relationship things happen, and Thanos and everybody along the lines. But unless you were a comic book head, you didn't know about Gamora. So
yeah,
a little bit off that she's this high.
Okay, at 14?
Yeah, but there you go.
She's number 13 on the list. She is number 1B behind Jessica Jones in my heart.
Uh-oh.
Which might be illegal because she's too young, but she's a cartoon too young, so that probably doesn't count. It's Gwen Stacy.
Gwen Stacy's not too young, dude.
She's not? How old is she in the
movies?
Yeah.
She's in Amazing Spider-Man.
She is?
I
only know her from the cartoon Spider-Man.
Okay.
She's like in high school.
Now they're making her, is this the version of her as her Spider-Man or her Spider-Woman?
Gwen Stacy was introduced as Peter Parker's first love before becoming a victim of the Green Goblin. Through sheer comic book nonsense where no one stays dead for too long, she returned to the pages of Spider-Man as a clone.
Yep.
And through convoluted leaps in canonical logic, she's become more than just a love interest for Peter. She's gone on to become a superhero.
Correct.
In her own right as Spider-Woman. Or Ghost Spider. But I call her Spider-Gwen. Like, that's a name, right?
Spider-Gwen. That's a common name.
Yeah, if I could love a comic book character or a cartoon character, other than Velma from Scooby-Doo.
One of the first times young Colby opened up a comic book and looked at it, and they had a naked person that just was conveniently covered by smoke drawn there. It was Gwen Stacy.
I want to go to there.
So
I have to look that up. Colby at number 12, associated with the X-Men, Kitty Pryde.
Kitty Pryde. Yes, the master of the phasing through things that was in the scene that caused me to walk out of X-Men 3.
Really?
Yeah.
So she's too high on the list here?
No, she's great in the comic books. If we're just going comic books, she's X-Men. So there.
Yeah, and that's what the list is. It's based on the comic books, right? That they were in. So yeah, don't do the movie things. Colby, Adam Sandler joins us on TikTok.
What's up?
I mean, I can't, prove that it's the Adam Sandler, but we'll just say that it is.
All right then.
At number Oh, apparently I have to do things on TikTok to keep the stream going. Colby at number 11. I'm not familiar with her, but the cartoon representation of her, I might again be in love. Because she's wearing a halter top and she's got big up tops.
No, that's you've narrowed it down.
Emma Frost. And she's blonde.
She is blonde. Also in that X-Men category there.
Right.
Her powers, one of them is to turn into diamonds.
She's got the thing between her eyes. Is that like a infinity stone between her eyes?
No, that's just part of her mutant abilities.
I like it. I think I should have a mutant ability. I don't know, based on the last 4 days, I might. Colby, we're in the top 10 now of the top 23 female Marvel characters ranked by sheer comic book greatness. How about, I think this must be the female Wolverine. Oh, the daughter of Wolverine, X-23.
X-23, that was, well, also played in Logan. That was the little girl in there, was X-23.
Right. So she looks pretty badass from a comic book standpoint.
She is badass.
Number 9, I absolutely loved the series. And you can tell me if we're ever going to see another season 2, She-Hulk.
Word is around the water cooler that it's kind of iffy, bud. It's kind of iffy.
Because I loved the actress, too, that played her,
I liked
Jennifer
it.
Walters.
I thought maybe at the end they jumped the shark with bringing out Scar, but poorly CGI'd. But, I liked it. I was entertained by it. She-Hulk comic book is amazing.
Right.
Again, people don't know, first person to actually break that fourth wall was She-Hulk. Not
Before Deadpool.
Yeah.
Colby at number 8 and number 1C on my list.
1C. You could just call it 3.
They're all number 1s, though, for me. Captain Marvel.
She can leave.
What?
She can just leave. Well,
Why do you hate Captain Marvel so much?
Comic book wise, yeah, okay, cool. Comic book wise, keep her.
She is a keeper.
They made her too damn powerful in the
movie.
MCU.
Yeah, I agree.
It irritates me. Also,
I feel like she could have taken out Thanos all by herself if she really wanted to.
Yeah, that's how they made her. And she was nowhere near like a exploding star or anything
Right.
to give her that power. She just like that.
She was hot.
Can't wait for them to bring about the X-Men and go ahead and rogue her out of the storyline.
Oh, well, no one stays dead, though, in comic books. We know that.
Oh,
Colby, number 7, Elektra.
the Bane of Ben Affleck's Batman. Also really good in the Daredevil.
Daredevil's adversary, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And also sometimes Hump Buddy.
Oh. Like Catwoman and Batman?
Yeah.
Think Catwoman and Batman would have cat-bat kids?
In some storylines, they do.
They do?
Yep.
It's kind of hot. I feel like there should be more superhero porn available to me. Look, if I can find Bob's Burgers porn, I should be able to find Captain Marvel porn.
You're not looking hard enough, bud.
I don't ever think about it because I'm not thinking about that when I'm watching porn. I'm trying to think of other things. I'm trying to concentrate. Colby, number 6 on our list. I may have said too much.
Yes.
The Invisible Woman
That,
from the Fantastic Four.
that would be right. Hello, Sue. How you doing?
The first family of Marvel.
We'll get to see her new live action form. Well, they're doing the movie right now, so.
Colby, so the cartoon representation of Susan Richards,
Yeah.
way hotter than any movie version I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, Alba was really hot, dude. No, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Shut your eyes. Shut your nose. Shut your ears. Alba was hot.
No.
And actually still is.
This cartoon's way hotter than Jessica Alba.
I don't know about that.
Colby at number 5, as we're in the top 5, Natasha Romanova.
Romanoff.
It's not what it says here.
It's Romanoff.
It says Romanova.
Okay. It's the
Black Widow. I thought it was Romanoff too, but they put an A on the end of it, so I said it the way they put it
Okay.
on the thing.
Now, you know
She's
what?
been around for a long time too, right? Like that
She
character's been around like since the 50s or 60s, huh? Again, hot.
By the way, if it started out at that point, it's been changed. I just knew it. I never read her last name. It was always Black Widow. So if it's
Well, I feel like in the movies they were Romanovs,
yeah,
but maybe I don't know back in the '60s when
the
it started.
movies have changed a lot of things.
That's true. Yeah. Number 4, Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch is definitely a heavy hitter.
Again, I loved that show. I think that was the first one that I really got into, or the first one one of the first big ones they had as far as the series. With her and
You ready for the spinoff? It's
I'm
happening.
ready. I'm ready. Number 3, Rogue.
The Southern Belle. Damn right. Take your powers, put Captain Marvel in a hospice, and then start rocking the free world.
Colby at number 2. Hot in the first movie that I saw her in. Jean Grey.
Which movie was the first movie you saw her in?
The first X-Men, right?
First X-Men?
I think so, yeah.
Was it the first class or was it
No, the first X-Men.
Okay. Yeah. No, I mean, Jean Grey she's a lot of storylines centered around Jean Grey, and they actually got into it. Did you not watch X-Men 97?
No, not yet.
You need to. It's really
Oh,
good.
fine, I will.
It's really
So
good.
many things I have to watch. It's going to seriously cut into my TikTok time. And finally, Colby, at number 1 of the top 23 female Marvel characters ranked by sheer comic book greatness. It's the only one we haven't mentioned. You can probably figure out who it is if you were keeping track, which you weren't. Storm.
Storm. Yeah, because she is damn powerful. Like, she's a goddess.
And she married Black Panther in the comic books, right?
Did.
I read that. I was like, what the hell?
Did.
I've never even watched Black Panther.
Not even the first one? It was really good.
No, I always want to. I just, again, I have very limited time with all my sexual exploits and stuff.
Uh-huh. If you're on that list, the list got higher by a few this past week.
Got a lot bigger over the weekend, Colby. Anyway, I feel like you've said too much now.
I've never said enough, Tim.
I've always said too much.
Never said enough. You know what? I am not mad at that list. There would be some changes, but I can't think of any right now off the top of my head.
Colby, it is 8:52, which can mean one thing and one thing only. That being that it's time for.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you, me. Thank you, you, for making us sound good. News and Notes is where I search the World Wide Web for the weird.
Internets.
And by God, I found it. Let's go to... I don't know where the hell I'm going. Actually, I think I do. We're going to we're going to Dis. It's a little town that's in Norfolk,
Virginia.
Yep, little subsidiary. It's this,
Okay.
right?
Gotcha.
And a man has been caught on CCTV spending 40 minutes to defecate outside this shop. What? The mystery culprit, who has been dubbed the Dis Dumper, was filmed in the act outside the town's... I shit you not. He was filmed in the act outside the town's Little Movers Camping and Outdoor Shop.
That's awesome.
He took a 40-minute dump in front of a shop called Little Movers.
I think I've seen that porn.
His disgusting deposit was discovered by the staff, so they just went in and checked the CCTV and watched for 40 minutes as this dude depantsed, sat, and had himself a grunt fest trying to force one out. And I guess achieved it because they were grossed out by what he left. Grossed out enough that when they walked out and saw it, they go, that's human.
That's not a wolf. We had a bear.
That's not a small animal or a large animal. That's wrong.
That bear got here on a bicycle.
So I guess it would take him 40 minutes if they just
Probably.
walked up and was like, "Oh dear." Do you think he thought this out? Because obviously he was pissed at the shop or whatever, right? He was mad at the little movers. Do you think he like stored it up? You think he was heavy feasting for a couple days and just knew, here it comes. This is the good one. I'm log walking this thing to the store. It's going to depart, and I'm going to leave my mark forever.
Yes.
So 40 minutes. You know, after the first 10 minutes, I think I'd have been like, I'm moving on.
Yeah, no, I'd have been out.
It's not happening.
I can't sit on a toilet or straddle the ground for 40 minutes.
I've been I mean, you're not in a comfortable seating position. You're squatty potty.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 40 minutes. Let's go from there to Wallingford. We're going to Walmart. This is in Connecticut. Police say they charged 32-year-old Tyler Dowd of Meridian with carrying a dangerous weapon, 2 counts of interfering and resisting arrest, assault on a police officer, and 3 counts of violation of a protective order. I'm guessing he had a protective order against Walmart because that's where he was. Tyler Dowd walked in to this Walmart carrying a flare gun. A flare gun that he took time to modify to fire glass shards.
That'll hurt somebody.
It would. Now, I want to know, is it also going to pop the flare with the shards? Is it going to pew? And also, right?
Or just the shards.
Or just the shards?
I want to make a shark gun.
Just go to Dis. Find the little movers.
Shark gun.
At what point in your life do you think, man, I'm mad at Walmart enough that you rig a flare gun to fire glass to go see what you can do? And then through all the melee, by the way, you end up biting a police officer. Life hasn't turned good.
No.
At that point in your life. Nope, nobody besides the police officer, by the way, was slightly injured, and he's got bit. So he's probably going to go get a rabies shot or something. But he's marked now as an unwanted person, and he was marked as that by that Walmart. How messed up do you have to be for Walmart to be like, I don't want you in here?
Yeah, because they want everybody, right?
They do.
They love everybody.
If you're banned from your local Walmart, holler at us. We want to hear from
We want to
you.
know why.
We want to know what you did in order to get that. Let's go to Martin County Jail. As Joseph Leedy, he's 40, was arrested for aggravated battery on a law enforcement officer. And how did he get there, by the way? Actually, the battery took place at the jail where he wasn't at the time until he decided to smash in his car into the Martin County Jail's sheriff office. He just ran his car in there. He was also naked.
Been there.
He was also extremely amped up, end quote. Police officer, being a police officer is hard. But imagine
I wouldn't know.
Imagine you finally make it to you're in your office. You're not out in the public.
Right.
You ain't got to worry about nothing. You're here in the safety confines of everybody else around me's police officers. We're good. A car busts through the jailhouse, and out like a spider monkey jumps this amped up naked dude.
Spider monkey?
Just waiting to wail on people. Man, I chose a desk job for a reason. I didn't want to be out there with these fools. Dude, no. I may not want a desk job after that. I may just want to work from home.
Huh.
So, yeah. I'm guessing the naked driver that drove into the jailhouse was methed up. Just saying. Let's go from there to, well, we're going to artnet.com. The reason why we're there is because we got some artwork that's happening as a this art collector was online and he saw for $1,000 he saw a fake Degas painting. And he's like, $1,000? And he started looking at it, getting real close to it, and he's like, I'll buy that. Spent $1,000. It come to find out that it was the long lost painting. $13 million.
We need to find one of
worth
those.
of a painting. So, can you imagine? I mean, thrift store people, right? You walk in, you see something. You always hear those stories about the guy finding something that was really worth something.
Yeah.
Can you imagine just going, you know what? That's a really good, making of that painting. It looks, the detail is really awesome. Then you get it, audited or whatever, or looked at, and they're like, this is real. You're like, do you immediately I need that vacuum sealed? I need it, whatever needs to happen. He probably just walked in with it under his arm. Oh, shit. You said what now? Long lost means that anybody that's a super fan of that work, they're like, they never had an opportunity to buy it. So it goes for more than 13, right? Because it's never been on the market. So amazing. I don't know why I picked this story. Apple AirTags.
Don't have one.
I don't own
You don't own
iPhone
Apple.
technology, but this is pretty cool. Let's go to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Ever had your luggage go missing?
Oh, yeah.
Well, this guy who was traveling he was a college professor, and he was traveling, to go around and do some speaking. Had some of his, his laptop and all that, and he had a lot of his, computers and stuff together, and he had to, put it as luggage.
Right.
So he air-tagged all of it. They lost his luggage. So he's like, all right, cool. I've got it air-tagged. And he starts looking for it. He finds it. You know where he finds it? At one of the people over the luggage, his house.
What?
So the people that worked at the airport opened his stuff and was like, got me a computer. I'm gone.
Wow.
Was able to get it back. Also able to, because he's like, it's at this house right here. This is where my luggage is at. Pointed it to the police.
Yeah.
The police was like, we believe stolen property has been in here. Come to find out the dude works at the airport.
I think that happens more than we know.
You know that happens more than we know. Because all they have to do is say, sorry, your luggage was lost.
Yeah, and there's nothing you can do about it.
No, there's not.
But now we have AirTags.
So there you go. We'll end it with AirTag news. There's news and notes, everybody.
Thank you, Colby Sapp. Thank you for all of our viewers, all of our fans that tuned in for the first time on TikTok.
What up?
And all of the guys and girls and gals, and we used to call them drunk sports pod tards. Turds. See, I couldn't remember then, and I can't remember now.
It was turds because
Was it supposed to say tards?
Yeah. Now I don't know if we care anymore.
I should probably stop saying tards. But we appreciate everybody tuning in wherever you watched, whenever you watched. And don't forget, you can get our recorded podcast on your favorite podcast app immediately following the show, or on your favorite podcast app. But we prefer that you go to fanstreamsports.com. You can watch replays of the videos. All of our network shows are found there, as well as on our YouTube channel, FanStream Sports TV. Go subscribe over there. Push that notification button so you get all the great notifications when we do have live content for you. Colby and I will be back on Monday with another Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim show to give you more debauchery, to put more question marks over your heads, to make you question humanity even more than you do now.
Yes.
Because that's what we do. But until then, boys and girls, we'll see you.